You're listening to the Mito podcast. I am Ashley.
And I'm Megan.
And today our guest is Allison. Hi, Allison. How are you?
Good.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like where, how old you are, where are you from?
I am like 2 weeks away from being 20, and I live in Oregon.
You said 3 weeks away from turning 20?
Yep.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Are you going to do anything special for your birthday?
Probably not, just because I might have one of my friends who she's with her grandparents a lot of the time, so she's either at home or with her grandparents. So she's tries to keep them safe with everything with COVID. So her and I are seeing if schedule wise if she can come over, because she's 2 years younger than me. So she has days where she has school.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you guys get to do something, even if it's having dinner over Zoom. You got to do something for your birthday.
Yeah, something. We'll see.
So, Allison, what kind of Mito do you have?
Mitochondrial myopathy, complex 1 deficiency.
Okay. And how old were you when you were diagnosed?
Like 2. Yeah, 2.
Okay. Do you know how you were diagnosed? Like, did you have genetic testing or what was the process?
We did the blood work first, but then it wasn't showing enough in the blood of exactly what it was. So then I had to have a G-tube placed. So they're like, well, since you have to go under for that, we'll do a muscle biopsy. And the muscle biopsy is what showed exactly what it was. So for me, it shows up more in the muscle than in the blood.
Okay. Do you still have your G-tube or was that only?
Yes, I physically can't swallow pills. We've tried. It's just my body knows it's a pill and it's like, nope, you're not swallowing this. So I pretty much only use it for meds and a little bit of nutrition because I haven't been feeling good. So I'll do like 2 ounces of formula in the morning, and then that's it. I eat the rest of the day.
And I'm sorry, Megan, were you going to say something? I was just going to say, I bet it's nice too, just to be able to get the extra hydration, like water and stuff like that.
We've been dealing a lot so far with 2021. We're dealing with a little bit of nausea and abdominal pain, and so that was the start of a flare-up of some kind in January. So we're doing a couple days of diluted formula feeds and just all liquids to see if it's a flare-up again or if it's something else.
Has that been helping at all?
I don't know so far. Started it today because last night I got kept up till like 2 a.m. with abdominal pain.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
So it's just like, then my nausea medication didn't want to work for a little bit. And then it finally worked. So it's just like dealing with a lot of things with meds, right? And we're just trying to make sure everything's we have a lot of equipment, and then I also suffer from migraines. So we've been dealing with the migraines again. So I have sleep apnea, and in 2019 when I was in the hospital, before I got discharged, I got a Trilogy sent home with me. So that has my sleep apnea machine settings on it now. And we have an oximeter. So every now and then we do the oximeter for a couple nights to make sure there's no problems. And neurologist agreed that we should try with our idea of trying with having the oximeter on for a couple of nights to make sure the migraines weren't being caused by my body being under stress due to the settings needing to be adjusted.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah, we live in a rental and we have 2 linen closets upstairs. One of them's all mine. We buy some of my meds in bulk, like the CoQ10, my allergy meds, my calcium, and then I get my meds filled a little bit before I need them. So if something happens, that okay, I'm not in a rush to get the medication.
No, that's
So we have a suitcase in there that has been the one that lately we use whenever we're packing a ton of medical stuff because, hey, if we're traveling, let's take all spare stuff, spare meds that I might need, everything. And so it amounts to a lot. And we get the Costco CoQ10. So those bottles are huge.
Yeah.
They take up the most room. And then I have 2 sets of hosing for the trilogy. Ones that are used with the humidifier, and then ones that are like the normal tubing for any sleep apnea machine. So dresser in my closet has spare Kleenex because I have to keep Kleenex like everywhere in my room. And then my nebulizer and all of its stuff. And then another drawer is just filled to the brim of stuff for my trilogy. Besides the blue hoses. Those are in the med closet. But it's like, there's a lot. And it's like when we rearrange stuff, we literally had to downsize. We had so many extra kits for the nebulizer. Some we got that weren't ones that we needed to use for it. So we got rid of those. We go through every couple of months. Okay, is there anything expired? Is there anything that looks like it might be broken, meaning I can't use it? With my G-tube, I have to keep extra supplies on hand because I do bolus feeds, which is I prefer over pump feeds. I used to be on a pump. It's just so much you have to keep on hand. Extra extension kits, extra of the 60cc syringes, extra med syringes. And I use a lot of med syringes a month as it is. And then you have the extra ones that I might need for my other liquid meds because everything is liquid. Or like I'm on Cymbalta for pain. That's my newest addition. So it's the capsule that you open. So it's just like keep extra med cups to open the capsule into so I don't have to do it when I'm sitting down. I do it at the dresser. I have these 2-wire shelves that I got at like Bimart, and it has everything that I might need. I have barrier wipes for around my tube because sometimes when it leaks, the bile that comes out is acidic because I have a highly acidic stomach. So we have wipes up, like baby wipes, the barrier wipes, gloves, and one of my inhalers, spare gauze pads, all my spare paper tape for the gauze pads, all my spare meds, the syringe caps, if I'm trying to get ready for an appointment day where I have to take my meds because I take them 3 times a day. And then I have to travel with my meds for a trip for going to a doctor's appointment. I have to take a cold medication. So I have to take a Ziploc baggie to put the tube and syringe in to be able to do the meds, the one medication that's not refrigerated. And then I ordered a insulin little thing so you can travel with your cold insulin, and it fits my cold medication perfectly.
Good.
And it works, and it's better than taking a huge lunch bag when I only need a little tiny thing for one cold medication.
Yeah.
So it's like we have a whole setup for it's easier to pack now, having the dresser in the closet, because the stuff used to be mostly outside of my room, and then now all the stuff that I mainly need, like I'm more prone to need the nebulizer than other stuff. And then I have my cough assist up above in my closet with its bag. So if we need to travel with it, or if I need it, it's in my room. Because when I need the nebulizer, more than likely I also need my inhaler, and then also the cough assist to keep my lungs clear, because I'm more prone for aspiration pneumonia than regular pneumonia. So I don't get vaccinated for the normal pneumonia, because no matter what, I'm going to get the aspiration pneumonia more than likely. So that's just one thing my doctors agreed. Well, you don't have to get this vaccine because you're more prone for this type of pneumonia, and you can't vaccinate for aspiration pneumonia. They're like, it's not worth it. But we literally go through everything. When we moved in this place, my aunt and uncle for Christmas got me a mini fridge because meds that have to be cold. And then it's a 2-story. So I did online school when we moved in here. So we were also able to put snacks and drinks, water, juice, whatever I needed. So I wouldn't have to go up and down the stairs. My aunt also got me a printer that I could print from my iPad, because I would do school on my laptop or my iPad, because it was a whole lot easier doing it on my iPad when I have an appointment day. I always made it up and did finish high school quicker. But she's got me a cheap, like one of the cheaper ones that could print from an Apple device.
That's really
I
good.
have to go downstairs, or my mom and my brother wouldn't have to bring up, but I print it out because that's just. I worked a lot at night on school. That was just my best time. It sounds weird. It's like I don't like being up in the morning. I'm a night owl through and through. I will literally be in my bed on my iPad just playing, because I either can't get to sleep because my ADHD. So there's nights I'll be up in bed for hours, not because of pain or not being able to get comfortable, because my brain does not want to shut down.
Yeah.
My brother's ADHD too, and he's trying to get back on meds because of school. And he's like, around Christmas, he's like, I can't even focus on a project I wanted to do. I need to get back on meds. Like, if I can't focus on something I want to do, how am I going to be able to focus on school? So, no. Yeah.
Hey, Allison, is anyone else in your family affected by Mito?
No.
No, you're the only one.
Yeah. We don't know any. There could be, but more likely, no. I'm the only one.
You have one brother
Yes.
and he wasn't tested?
Um, when my mom wanted to get him tested, they wouldn't do it because he's not showing any symptoms. Even though his older sister and only other sibling has it confirmed in blood and in the muscle, they wouldn't do it. They're like, well, he's not showing any symptoms. I'm like, but if you test, then you could get help sooner if there is. Well, he is a fairly active 17-year-old. He did 4 years of wrestling, and then 1 year of football in middle school. I think he did 4 years of 4 years of wrestling because he did all of middle school. His patella, his patellas don't like staying in the groove, so he gets a lot of knee pain from that. So that's why he quit sports. He's like, I'm not gonna do this to myself. It hurts.
Yeah.
Dude, welcome to my world.
So when you got tested when you were 2 years old, your brother is 2 years younger than you. Did they find out about Mito when your mom was pregnant with your brother?
They knew about me having it when she was pregnant with him. I was born March of 01 and he was born in November of 03.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, they already had some idea about Mito after I got diagnosed while he was pregnant with him.
Yeah, it sounds like it was right around the same time. So they
Yeah.
might have not tested him for that reason too. But you also mentioned that you are on you just I don't know if you just started it, but you also take formula when you bolus feed. Well, do you know what kind of formula it is?
The formula I'm on right now, I've been doing formula feeds for years. We first did night feeds, and then that stopped helping. Then we got a backpack pump so I could do day feeds. And then 2016, that summer for me, it was really hot. So I couldn't handle my feeds that summer. Had a hard time getting back on track. Afterwards, I barely had lost any weight from that spring to that fall that my doctor's like, okay, you barely lost any weight. You're having a hard time getting back on track on your feeds. Maybe let's see what you can do without pump feeds. I hit 99 pounds in August without the pump. I still do formula feeds, but my GI, she's like, ever since getting off the pump, you've learned your body a whole lot more. Because I have to listen to it. Like, okay, I'm hungry, I need to eat. Or I'm not feeling good, I need to go take like my nausea meds or one of my other meds. Or, oh, it's time to go do meds. It's not like I'm putting them into the pump and waiting for them to go through. I do them.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I'm not requiring you to do formula feeds anymore. You're eating. You've clearly gained 33 pounds. Yeah, 33 pounds.
Well, that's good.
In almost 5 years. No, 4 years. Almost 4 years. 5 years this year. So she's like, you listen to your body. I bring stuff up. I brought stuff up to her when I kind of figured out something might be going on. She's like, you listen to your body. You're not going to do anything stupid. And because she knows I don't like feeling crappy. So she's like, don't do them unless you feel like they're necessary. So, of course, with me not feeling good, I'm going to do it because I might not feel good enough to eat enough throughout the day. I can't do them at night anymore. My body gets so tired by the end of the day. It's too much for my body at night. But right now, this formula is 2 cal HM because I can't handle a high volume of formula feeds when I do them. So we do the higher calorie formula.
You also, when you and I were talking just over texting, you were talking about how you also take naps every day. Do you want to talk about that?
Lately I've been this year so far I've been napping almost every single day. I still live with my mom and my brother because of where my health is at. My mom, she's paid to be my caretaker because I'm over 18. And she's like, I don't care what you do, just if you need to sleep, sleep. You know, if you need to be in bed, do it. Because we've gotten to a point where it's like, okay, if you're tired, don't force yourself to stay awake.
Yeah.
Because when I'm tired, my stomach slows down. So I'm like, okay, if my body needs a little bit of a pick me up, that I feel better afterwards. And lately, of course, I have a dog that sleeps with me, and we fight for the bed. And she's not a big dog. Dachshund. He finds a way to get me towards the edge of my bed. Don't know how she does it, but she does it. So we fight for the bed equally throughout the night. But she's 12 this year. So she's an old girl. All she likes really doing is calm. Sometimes she'll have puppy energy, which the 9-year-old dogs who will be 9 this year love. Surprisingly, those two have puppy energy all the time. And one of them has arthritis in his back and his tail. Yeah, that dog surprises me. It's my dog, so that just makes the most sense. But the dogs like it when I nap, especially the dachshund, because she's like, I'm tired. She sleeps all day. And I'm like, I'll say, she was my great grandmother's dog, and then after she passed, my aunt and uncle took her in, and then after my aunt passed away, my uncle kept her, but he works the graveyard shift at tech equipment, and he's been working a lot of overtime because they're having a hard time finding a day driver, so they need him to come in to work. So he's barely home. So when COVID started and us being home all the time and him being at work more, she got sick. So we were gonna have her for a little while, get her back on her feet, gain back a little weight, make sure she was recovering well. And then my mom has told him, she's like, you're not getting the dog back. He doesn't mind because when she's an old girl, she just wants to sleep all day. And she loves company. She doesn't like being alone.
Yeah.
If we have to leave that house, she likes it because she has our other 2 dogs. And she would protest being left home alone. So she would have to be put in her kennel because of how she would protest. But no, she just cuddles. So when I don't feel good and I need a nap, I'm like, if she's downstairs, we have to make sure my dog doesn't come up the stairs. He likes to protest when he's ornery.
Mm-hmm.
He will poop in the house for no reason.
Aww.
So he's like, I'm gonna be ornery and I'm gonna poop, so we have to keep them all downstairs. But the dachshund, she's very well behaved. So is the other dog. My dog, mind you, is the ornery one. My mom will be like, Choco, you wanna go to bed with Allie? And she will come running. That dog will run. So it's like my mom takes the baby gate and lets her by. And so I'll call her up the stairs and, Choco, come on, let's go to bed, let's take a nap. And she just runs up the stairs.
That's really cute.
I'm not left alone.
You mentioned, so I know you said that when you guys moved into that place that you started doing school online. What was school like before you did that?
Well, I did all of middle school online because in the 5th grade when I was in public school, I got whooping cough because someone didn't vaccinate their kid to protect them from it. I got vaccinated. Mind you, my doctors are amazing and make sure they get everything I need. But I got it because parents sent their kid to school. I'm like, so my mom's like, okay, you know what? Let's just do online school because one, then I'm not missing any school due to appointments, hospital stays, whatever, or family emergencies. So I actually liked online school because I could go at my own pace. I did high school. I tried to go back my freshman year because I had finally gotten my power chair. So I have osteoporosis and I'm a fall risk. I'm clumsy. Mind you, I will walk into things. My mom was like, watch where I'm walking. I'm like, I'm trying. My feet want to go that way. I'm like, I'm clumsy. It's just how I am. So I did the first semester in one class 2 days a week. Aced it, got the highest grade in the class. Mind you, it was a creative writing class. And then second semester, we went to core classes, a science class and a health class. Okay, GI issues started happening. I missed too much school, so I dropped out mid-semester because it's just like I missed too much to make it up in both classes. I would have to retake them anyway. And then we were able to deal with whatever we needed to health-wise for the rest of the school year without the pressure of making sure I'm going to school and I'm getting everything done. And then, so I only got a half a credit my freshman year. Went back to online school. I did 23 and a half credits in 2 school years. Because when I'm bored, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll find something to do. I'll do school. It's like my teacher's like, the teacher I had, she's like, I kind of use you as an example. I have a student with health issues that's busy with school and her health. And there's trouble. Come here. The dachshund, she found her way. Come on.
My trouble is crawling behind me too. Hold on. I'm gonna start yelling.
Trouble. Come on. Get up here.
Here's my trouble. He comes in while we do podcasts and is really, really loud.
Well, Trouble is the dachshund and she just likes to cuddle. Oh no, there's the other ones. But no, it's just online school for me seemed to be the best thing. I loved it because I got more variety in the electives. Because like in public school, there's like electives like I couldn't do. Like there was, I think, like a yoga one in my online, like physical health related ones, and I'm not doing those. But there was like one relating to like PTOT and all that kind of like therapies and stuff, and I'm like, I'm cheating the game. It's like I've been in PT and OT and I've done hippotherapy, and it's just like, so I found my way, and like those electives that made going through school that much easier and trying to get done by time I turned 18 because I was held back a year in public school. So I would have graduated last school year. Yes. Yeah. But I did pretty much all of high school in 2 school years because it's like I would do school on the weekends, I would do school on holidays. It's like if I'm not busy and I have free time and I can't make up my mind what to do, then I'll just do school.
You mentioned you got a really good grade in creative writing. What are some of the things that you enjoy doing? Do you like writing? Is that something that you...
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do. I'm trying to get back into it. It's been giving me a hard time, like writer's block. I'm like, what do I want to write about? It's like there's so many ideas, and I have so much free time with COVID and everything, because pretty much all my appointments are virtual. So I'm like, I have so much free time. And then here comes another dog. Hi, Scooby. I was like, what you doing? But no, it's just online school. I had so much fun. And I'm glad that I did it because the aunt that I told you about that passed away, she passed away of cancer. So doing online school meant that I could take my schoolwork and go up and spend like a week with her, like 1 week a month.
That's really good that you had that ability to go and spend that time with her.
My uncle loved it because then one, there's someone there for her, and while he's at work during the nighttime, someone was there with her. And she, the second round, which is the round she lost to, kind of was tying her out more. And she's like, I don't know how you do it, being tired and not being able to do everything you want. And I'm like, I've adopted that. I've just learned that I can't always do everything I want. I just have to take it, one step at a time. So it's like, okay. I could tell when she would start not feeling good. I'm like, just go sit down and take it easy. Take a little bit of a break. And she had really bad anxiety. So sometimes when I was there, she would have an anxiety attack. And I was one of the only ones that could truly, fully calm her down. I knew where she kept her meds. I'm like, okay, here, do you need your meds? Just, let's take it easy, after you calm down, we'll go cuddle with the animals and just watch a movie. Just be calm. So, no.
That's really great that she had you to get through all of that. I can imagine how hard that was.
I can understand how hard it is dealing with stuff like that. But no, online school, one, made it so I was less prone to getting sick, which I've gotten sick less over the years being out of public school than when I was in public school, which I'm like, okay, that's a good, win-win situation. One, I'm home all the time. I make my own schedule. I can work around appointments and I'm not missing school. But I was able to be there for my aunt and for my uncle because I was able to be there when she wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
So, no, school, I actually really didn't mind school. I would actually test out of classes.
Cool. That's good that you're able to do that.
I would be able to test out of what I knew. Tested out of I had a lot of history and science. That's my strong points. Those were my strong points, besides like reading and writing. But I just try and find time to chill with the dogs, watch movies or whatever, and just take time for myself. I love doing art projects. Like I have a whole flippin' load of like coloring books and stuff to do art-wise. It's just something that I find is fun. It gets, me being able to use my time to be creative, and I can do things creatively. But no, it's just I read a lot. I have a lot of Holy Boys and Nancy Drew books. I love true crime shows, documentaries, podcasts, YouTube videos. It's just I love like mystery stuff. That's my biggest thing. I'm a huge mystery buff. Even if it's fake, but I love the true crime mystery stuff quite a lot.
I do too. Those are my favorite.
And it's just you get to learn a story about someone. And it's like I watched a YouTube video, true crime, about how the like when you have to be how it came to be of the sexual predator like database, and whose story and case made that come true. And I'm like, I never knew that. And it's so good that that YouTuber did the research on the story, did it the right way, and not bad mouthing the person that passed away. And share people how that came to be.
Yeah.
So if you had to give any advice to any other young adults or even adults about Mito, what would you give them?
Just don't stress about the hard things. Take time for yourself and just do what you want to do, but also schedule time to have downtime to rest and recharge if you need it throughout the day.
I think that's a great message, Allie. Thank you. Well, thank you for being with us today. We appreciate you so much for reaching out and for allowing us to talk to you on the podcast and just hearing your story.
It's been fun.
Good. I'm glad. Well, if you guys are listening in, you just heard Allie on the Mito podcast. If you want to reach us, you can reach us at mitopodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, and you can find us on YouTube. And I think that's it. Did you have anything else you wanted to say, Allie?
No, that wrapped it up really good.
Perfect. All right. We hope everybody's having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is that you are tuning in. Thank you.
Thank you.